Yo, it's your boy Puma, and today we're throwing hands with Vi in 2XKO. She's one of my favorite bruisers in League of Legends, and I could tell she's going to be my favorite in 2XKO. So in this video, we are going to be breaking down Vi's toolkit, comparing her to League of Legends and Arcane to see if we can find any comparisons, to see how different they are, all that good stuff. So we're going to be talking game toolkit, lore roots, and a few Arcane flavored fun facts to spice things up. Have you guys ever played Vi in any Riot game? Drop a like if you did, and let's jump right in. So first off, Vi is a Piltover Enforcer, a formal criminal turned a bad cop with massive hex-powered gauntlets built to smash vaults and faces. That punk-fueled aggression in her is her identity, whether she's on Summoner's Rift or in the 2XKO arena. Fun fact, Vi was actually my first serious ranked jungler about 10 years ago. Learned the fundamentals with her, and honestly, learned how fun it is to ruin someone's day with a perfectly timed Q. So in Arcane, she becomes more than just a brawler. She's Jinx's fiercely loyal big sister and a protector of Zaun, and a survivor carrying enough trauma to fill a chem barrel. Her gauntlets aren't just weapons, they're a lifetime of anger, responsibility, and violence wrapped into steel. We see how she gets them, born out of her instinct to protect and punch through oppression. And that relationship with Jinx, it's constant. Vi's violence always comes with grief and regret. She punches because she cares. Now let's break down her moves in League of Legends. What does Vi do in-game, and what role does she play on the team? Vi is a jungler, meaning she likes to farm jungle camps that spawn outside of the lanes. The whole point of a jungler is that they are the one player on the team that runs around the map helping everyone out. Their entire job is to make every fight unfair for the enemy, surprise attack them from behind, which is called ganking, and organize a team to victory through securing objectives. So this means that every jungler in League of Legends has some kind of edge that helps them do their job, and Vi is one of the strongest at this. She is also one of the easiest characters to play. She is a bruiser type champion that revolves entirely off of one ability to succeed in her ganks, which is her Q. Her Q is a charge move that propels her forward with a powerful gauntlet punch, dealing massive damage at full charge. This thing can go over walls, and once you land it, it usually results in your enemy going to the gray screen. You can even include flash with it to direct your punch mid-flight. It's so good, but its biggest weakness is that it can be dodged pretty easily. So if Vi misses this, like 99% of her game plan is ruined, and she might as well just walk away from the gank entirely. The other broken part about Vi's kit is her ultimate, which locks onto one opponent, dashes to them, lifts them up, and slams them down, stunning them throughout the whole duration, and it's pretty inescapable. She will track you down and just follow you the entire time. Oh yeah, she's also unstoppable, by the way, while she's chasing down the opponent during this move, so it's pretty broken. This move allows her team to follow up for her to get her full combo in, and usually guarantees a kill on the enemy team, perfect for locking down hyper carries. The rest of her kit kind of works together to make her able to punch faster and harder after she lands her engage abilities. For example, her W makes her add these rings around the opponent after 3 punches with her auto attacks or abilities. The ring pops, it reduces the opponent's armor and gives her a huge boost of attack speed. Meanwhile, her E gives her an auto attack reset while dealing an exploding punch that hits everything behind the target. And that move can stack up to 2 times. Her passive just gives her a shield the next time she uses an ability, so she'll be able to endure after she engages, which is important because once she's in, she can't get out. So this is her only defensive mechanic. So mixing in her abilities with her W is very important to securing kills with Vi. It takes a bit of practice to execute this correctly, and if not done properly, she won't get any value. So overall in League of Legends, she's fast, she's annoying, and has a pretty one-dimensional playstyle that needs a small bit of practice to execute her properly. You can see her setup coming a mile away, but once it hits, it's pretty guaranteed to get you. Okay, so now that we understand what Vi does in League, let's compare her to her 2XKO counterpart. Vi in 2XKO is a ridiculously mobile and intuitive brawler that loves to bob and weave in and out to psych out her opponents, close the distance on zoning playstyles, and deal massive damage with her haymakers. From what we've seen so far, it's pretty much agreed by the community that Vi is like the coolest character in the game so far. She has tons of rushdown with her command dashes and good mobility on her regular dashes, which checks out compared to League of Legends, since she has somewhat decent mobility with her Q and her ultimate. Again, her Q could go over walls, and you kind of use it as a mobility tool coming out of base and getting to your next camp. She has very fast and intuitive jabs and target combos that can lead into multiple strings like any good boxer would know. This is reflective of her father's fighting style, Vander, in Arcane. But this is the kind of opposite in League, to be honest, since in League, Vi really wants to engage with one full combo sequence, then escape. Quick bursts of damage, then get out kind of thing. While in 2XKO, she wants to continually put opponents in high pressure situations until she gets a hit, constant block stun. One important move that we've seen is that they gave Vi a counter in 2XKO. This is a very defensive mechanic that no one else has yet, and this checks out in League because it can equate to her passive, which is the shield. Her S1, Volt Breaker, is her Q, straight up. They just copy and pasted it. The biggest difference I noticed in Vi's 2XKO gameplay though is that she has a Captain Commando-like move called Crater Maker, punching the ground with a huge lightning, and it's basically an anti-air. Vi doesn't have anything that punches the floor at all in League of Legends, or triggers lightning for that matter. So this is an extremely unique style she does for 2XKO. Her gauntlets are fueled by hex gems in Arcane and causes tons of elemental backlash, but nowhere near this caliber of awesome lightning explosions that she can just punch at command. I also want to call out her rapid punches, as she doesn't rapidly punch at all in League of Legends. Her punches in League are very slow but powerful. Even the devs identified that Vi doesn't need to be a slow puncher or a fury attacker. Why not both? She's talented, let's give her a mix of playstyles to mess with. It took her a lot of skills to beat up all those guys in the underground city in Arcane, so it makes sense. When it comes to teamwork, in League, she loves to fight skirmishes, meaning unorganized spontaneous fights that are on a smaller scale, so like 2v2s and 3v3s. While in 2XKO, her teamwork seems to be best paired with characters that either cover her weaknesses, aka anti-zoning, or to double down on offensive setups. I personally think Jinx is the perfect partner for her, as she can set up tons of tools for her to get mix-ups going, and if Vi can't play against zoners, then Jinx can. They also work well together in League since Vi wants to engage, and Jinx wants to keep her distance, but can hit enemies from a long distance to follow up with Vi's engages. When it comes to Vi's supers, she has a bionic arm from Marvel 3 that matches her Q from League of Legends straight up. This thing can go through supers, I bet it can go through projectiles, I bet it can go through so much, just like bionic arm. Her other super, where she punches the floor, is mashable, and again has no references to her gameplay in League of Legends. But it is, in my opinion, the coolest super in the game so far, and I can't wait to use it. And finally, yes, her level 3. Her level 3 is getting so much backlash by the fighting game community, but everyone needs to remember that this is just a placeholder. Every character has gotten massive visual animation updates every time we see a new iteration of the game. So I don't know why we're harping about this, because it's still a beta, and it wasn't alpha when we saw it the first time. So I'm sure when the game releases, they're going to update the animation. It's going to look beautiful, so let's calm down and expect a new level 3 animation when the game is out of beta. So because it's a fake placeholder, we can't really compare it to League of Legends. It's just a one-hit cinematic that most characters have in fighting games. One cool thing that Vi has though is her empowered assist. The one that she gets when she's knocked out. Yeah, she lifts up a rock and punches it at her opponent full screen. It causes a wall bounce too. This is like her only projectile, and compared to League of Legends, she doesn't have any projectiles either. So I love how she continues to tear up the environment around her in 2XKO, and I think it would be cool to incorporate some of this stuff in League of Legends too. Aesthetically, she's fire, bro. Of course, every artist was different from League to Arcane to 2XKO, but all three really nailed her punk personality. Her hair is what stands out to me the most. This spiky hairstyle has to be one of my favorite versions of Vi ever. Meanwhile, her outfits in League, especially the Officer Vi skin, is so good. And I hope they add this skin to 2XKO. So does 2XKO's Vi match up to the League of Legends and Arcane counterparts? Well, yes. Her kit embodies that signature combo of devastating power, determined pacing, and emotional storytelling. Although some parts of the kit don't line up or straight up don't exist in League, the 2XKO creative team decided to expand on the character by adding such cool features. Vi gets a solid 10 out of 10 for bringing her character to life from dinky dirty League of Legends to an awesome fighting game character. She's so sick, and I agree with the directions they decided to go for her vibe. Is there another character you want me to break down? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you like this content, because I'll be making more. Braum is also a sick character too, and they gave him such unbelievable tools in 2XKO compared to League. You can watch that video on screen right here. I'll talk to you guys soon, and stay tuned for more videos.